Hello and welcome to Geeky Guys. If you're into geeky things, we're the guys for you. Welcome to this video today, guys. So today, in case you didn't know, we're talking about why some people don't like spin down dice. Now, the simplest and most common example that I've found about why some people don't like rolling spin down dice is usually dealing with D20 dice. So I'm actually going to do this with a little bit of math and a little bit of sort of averages, numbers and whatnot. So in case you didn't know what a D20 is, it is a 20-sided dice. And if you didn't know what a spin down dice is in comparison to a regular dice basically has a randomized set of numbers across its face. Basically each angle equals up to 21. Therefore the averages on each side are fairly equal. Whereas a spin down dice has each number in sequential order, i.e. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going up or going down. So that means that on one side of the dice, you know, the numbers from 1 to 10 are on that one essentially side, and then the numbers 11 through to 20 are on the other side. So people think that this is an unfair roll for the most part, because basically you've just got a higher average of numbers on one side, because the numbers on that side that contain, you know, 11 through to 20, you know, average much higher than the numbers that average 1 through to 10. So they just feel like the numbers advantage, if you can roll the dice sort of correctly or throw the dice correctly, is unfair. I certainly don't have much problem playing with these dice, but I do understand the whole, you know, this seems a bit unfair, or it doesn't seem like it's a proper dice roll if you're actually trying to, you know, do an average. And I think just using D6 or some other dice is probably better, just to find out heads or tails, odds or evens, who can roll higher type thing is usually reserved for the specific D20s. So that's why people, you know, go, well, I don't want somebody to roll a spin down dice, because even though there are, on the other side, there is that factor of having the lower averages, or the much lower averages, the other side has much higher averages, so it's so disproportionate, you know, to the other side and to what a regular D20 is. So yeah, like that's the main reason people don't like other people, you know, using spin down dice to roll for D20 rolls and whatnot. So just do be a bit mindful of that. I didn't want to go too much into exactsies and things like that and whatnot, but I did want to try to explain it a little bit and just give you guys a few reasons. I know I've kind of repeated myself a little bit here and whatnot, but I do want to drive that point home. If somebody is uncomfortable with you rolling a spin down dice, then, you know, before a D20 roll, I know most of you get D20 points. The reason people use spin downs though is mostly to track life totals. If you start at 20 or if you start at 40, like you start in Canada, or if you start at 20 when you're in standard or modern or pioneer or whatnot, or if you're just using them for life counters on monsters, perhaps in D&D and whatnot, things like this. Gloomhaven, we use them, things like that. So guys, just don't forget the spin down D20s and whatnot do have their place, but guys who use them for, you know, dice rolls, just remember that there are some people who will say, oh well, that's not a legitimate roll because, you know, the way it's weighted, you know, and the weight is, you know, skewed to one side in a lot of those dice, a lot more higher numbers and whatnot, so that makes it lighter, and therefore the bottom edge, basically the numbers 1 through to 1 through to 10 have more mass in theory than the lighter numbers, so therefore they're going to land on the bottom more often, because you know how weight sort of works, more wants to go where the heavy end is. But anyway, again, as I said, yeah guys, just if somebody brings it up and says, hey, please don't use that dice to determine a, you know, dice roll in this game, that's not, you know, fair to the rest of us that are using, you know, proper, quote unquote, proper dice, and they are in a sense proper dice for that game. So don't use those dice. Just be mindful of this. You know, if you accidentally do it, just, you know, say, oh look, I apologise, I didn't realise that was the dice that I pulled out, you know, whatever. I thought I actually pulled a bit, you know, not a spin down basically. So yeah, sorry, I'll find the right one. You know, it's not a big deal, I don't think, but just remember that some people will go, hey, wait a minute, you know, that's not allowed, or that's, you know, unfair, really. So guys, yeah, tell me what you think. Is spin down dice, you know, fine to use as determining D20 or whatever style dice rolls? Is it not? Write down there in the comments. Please remember that the success of channels like this is based on viewers like you, so please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. If you would like to support this content, you can also get social with us on our Discord and on our Facebook. If you would like to further support the channel, you can go onto our Patreon. All links are in the description. Thank you for your support. It really means a lot. I hope you have enjoyed this video here today, and if you have, I hope you will come back for another one. See you then.